anywhere because more this or that is coming up right now.
Do you like reading? Do you like reading books? Do you like looking at books? Do you like having a collection of books in your living room?
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, spoiler alert! Okay, Lord, why did I write this in yellow? I told you! Welcome back between the pages!
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stunned still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back, everybody. Season 2 of Oswego Lazo.
Welcome back to the most preposterous and rib-tickling show on WTOP. This is This or That.
All right, well, let's get right into the second round. So we have the first seed, which is the Anakin Obi-Wan fight in number 3, versus Yoda and Darth Sidious, which is also in number 3.
This movie, honestly, is just stacked when it comes to, like, everything. Honestly, the best movie of the Star Wars franchise.
Same.
Hard to argue with that, but the Anakin Obi-Wan fight is such, like, it just holds a special place in my heart. Like, at one point, I had every word to that scene memorized. We would always reenact it with my brother and my friends, so, like, that one's definitely a big one for me.
No, I have to agree with you. I feel like the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight, it seems like the whole movie's just centered around it, and it's just a long fight too, you know? It's a whole 9-minute fight, so there's a lot of monologue. A lot of dialogue. There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of sound effects, a lot of background. And there's, like, you're just throwing in all of these aspects. They change location.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just hard for me not to imagine this as the winner of this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Yoda, Darth Sidious, amazing fight. Definitely some of the coolest Force usage we see throughout this series. But, I mean, it's Anakin Obi-Wan.
Yeah, you
it
just
has
have
to
go
go
with
through.
it.
All right.
All right, the next one, we got General Grievous versus the Jedi versus Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. All right, well, personally, I'm not going to lie. As much as I was saying how much I love the Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight, General Grievous versus the Jedi just holds a special place in my heart. And this might just be the nostalgia talking, but I love the dramatic, like, effect on the Clone Wars fight, and it just feels better.
Yeah, the 2D definitely adds something to it, and it's a far more impressive fight. As cool as the Obi-Wan fight is, the way that they animate Grievous it's aura.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's just simple as that. So General Grievous versus the Jedi moves on.
On the other side now we have Luke Vader, the infamous I'm Your Father fight, taking on Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul in the Duel of the Fates. Whew! Matchup of the bracket, if I can say
agree.
so.
I concur.
These might be two of the most important fights in Star Wars, period. I mean, the Luke Vader fight, it's central to the series. It's I mean, it's everything that is Star Wars.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, Luke Vader, that, and like, because like the sequels came first, obviously, it really sets the tone of this is what Star Wars is, you know? Like, and now that like it's not George Lucas anymore, I find myself going back to those sequels. Because, you know, this was the vision.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
this is what Star Wars, this is the epitome of Star Wars. But then you go look at this other fight, the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul. It's just...
It's too good. It can't be beaten.
It's just amazing, you know?
Yeah.
And just like growing like this connection to Qui-Gon Jinn and, you know, knowing him as this amazing Jedi.
Right.
He just dies, you know?
Yeah.
Just out of the blue. And maybe if the scenario was different, if Obi-Wan was next to them the whole time, I don't know what would have happened, but...
Yeah, it's definitely, like, it's an amazing just piece of cinema. And I think that it has to win. I can't not see it going through.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Which brings us to Obi-Wan, General Grievous taking on Yoda and Count Dooku. Honestly, here I'm leaning towards Yoda because we do have a lot of Grievous and a lot of Obi-Wan happening in this bracket right now.
You know what? Now that I look at it, I think you have a really good point. But other than that, I think this one actually does have a good chance to move on. Because just as I mentioned before, the baggage being that Count Dooku is Yoda's old apprentice, we get to see really them meeting up again and really going at it. You know, Yoda being the most entertaining fighter maybe in the whole series, doing flips all around. He absorbed Count Dooku's lightning, Force lightning, which we haven't seen someone do in the movies until that point.
Right.
So just seeing it happen is just mind-boggling.
Right. Which brings us to the semifinal matchup, which will be Anakin Obi-Wan versus General Grievous and the Jedi. I mean, Anakin Obi-Wan is like...
Yeah.
This one had a good run, but you can't beat that.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't think there's much to say about that. So, Anakin Obi-Wan. All right, last one. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul, and then Yoda versus Count Dooku.
I mean, again, I'm going to go with the same thing. These fights are too iconic to not be the finale, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Duel of the Fates.
Yeah,
you know?
Duel of the Fates. Which brings us to the finale then. It is going to be the Obi-Wan versus Anakin betrayal fight versus Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan taking on Darth Maul in the Duel of the Fates. Two of the most iconic fights in Star Wars history. I'll let you start with which one you think deserves to win.
All right, well, if you ask me personally, I'm looking at two of my favorite fights of all time. Anakin and Obi-Wan is just a long fight, though. You know, you just get more out of it. And it really sets the scene for all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard not to see that moving on, you know, being the best.
Right. Well, I can't argue with the importance, maybe. I will definitely say that, to me, I get chills every time Duel of the Fates comes on. That song is so perfect. It fits the scene so perfectly. The way the fight is choreographed. To add on to it, on top of it, the Lego Star Wars video game version of this level is maybe why.
Insane.
Yeah, it's like a cherished childhood memory, like a huge part of why I'm into video games. Like this fight means so much to me personally that like I feel like the Anakin Obi-Wan one also has, but it's just lessen the pace.
You know what? I'm going to reject my earlier statement about the importance. Because I think, on the other hand, the Obi-Wan Qui-Gon fight, that is one of the most, if not the most important fight in Star Wars. And I'm going to tell you why.
All right, break it down. All
right. If Qui-Gon never died, then Qui-Gon would have taught Anakin Skywalker, correct? Qui-Gon is a stronger, more disciplined, and just a better overall Jedi than Obi-Wan. And I don't want to hear any of this Obi-Wan glaze.
You know that Qui-Gon is my goat. I agree with you, but I'm just saying it's a little preposterous to say that the way things were going, Anakin wouldn't have turned to the dark side. I mean, his mom was sold into slavery. You know, he had a rough childhood, and then he's told he's the chosen one.
I'm going to tell you why. just specifically based off of the fact that Obi-Wan got so close, so connected to Anakin Skywalker. He didn't view him as a Padawan. He didn't want to do what was best for him, you know?
Yeah.
He saw him as a brother, you know? He wanted him to have a good life above all. Qui-Gon would have taught him how to be down the right path, and honestly, he would have taken down the Sith, like, before joining them, you know?
Okay.
Saved all that time. But I guess if Qui-Gon didn't die, then what's the point of having the sequels, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, despite your theorizing, I still am on the side of Qui-Gon, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan. You can't do it?
All right, let me think about it a little more. Because on one hand, it's one of the best fights I've ever seen, if not the best fight I've ever seen. And I love all the sound effects. I just feel like the pacing, I really like the pacing of the Obi-Wan Qui-Gon fight, though, you know?
Okay, listen, here's what I'll say. Considering Obi-Wan is in both these fights, and because the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight has more dialogue and is more directly correlated to the story, I think it is the more important fight, and I'm willing to concede to you.
You know what? That's all I was waiting for.
There you have it, folks. This week's winner is the Anakin and Obi-Wan betrayal fight. I loved you like a brother. Remember, we will be back in 2 weeks with a new bracket, but unfortunately, I must end the show, and so therefore, I need you to watch next week. Remember, we'll be back with a new topic, and enjoy your week. Stay classy, SUNY Oswego.
WTOP presents.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Republican leaders have a plan to reopen the Department of Homeland Security.
And a campus event dedicated to helping students understand the future of AI in the workplace.
Plus, reporter Lexi Primerano goes inside Moreland residence halls for a look into SAVAC.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Emily Carriero.
And I'm Nick Stetter.
Moreland Residence Hall sits on the east side of campus. The last use for these halls was quarantine housing for students during this COVID-19 pandemic. The building doesn't sit fully empty, though it houses SAVAC EMS services.
They are now preparing for a major change this upcoming fall semester. WTOP-10 reporter Lexi Primerano tells us more about this dedicated group of students and about what is to come.
Here at SUNY Oswego, when emergencies happen, the help often comes from fellow students. But the place they call home might surprise you. While most of Moreland Hall has been abandoned for years, it's still the longtime home of SUNY Oswego's Student Association Volunteer Ambulance Corps, also known as SAVAC.
We are a volunteer ambulance agency, and we provide basic life support to all of the students on campus for absolutely free.
The members of SAVAC are trained EMTs or drivers who respond to calls as they are staffed. They are students who balance classes and campus life with life-saving responsibility. This includes night shifts in their base.
We have a pretty decent space up in the Mackin complex. We have a living room, a kitchen, a boardroom. We also have bedrooms and bunk rooms for all of our EMTs that stay the night for our overnight shift.
Although they reside in an abandoned hall that was last used to quarantine during the COVID-19 pandemic, SAVAC has managed to make their base homey and filled with character from SAVAC's members over the years. And while there have been rumors surrounding the Mackin complex, which Moreland Hall is a part of, being destroyed, Vice President of SAVAC Glenn Sue confirms that those rumors are true and that SUNY Oswego will be moving along with their plans to knock down Moreland Hall.
We're informed that there would be the process of moving bases due to their plan to demolish the complex.
With Moreland Hall set to be demolished, SAVAC will soon relocate here to Sheldon Hall, marking the end of an era for the organization. The move to Sheldon Hall will give the organization a new space, one with more opportunity to grow.
So they will be moving us at the beginning of the fall semester of 2026, and they will demolish the building starting in the spring semester of 2027.
And although their location is changing, their mission will continue to stay the same, students helping students when they need it the most. I'm Lexi Pomerano, WTOP-10.
SAVAC wants SUNY Oswego to know that if you are having an emergency, they are only a call away and you can dial 911 to reach them.
SUNY Oswego Sustainability Office is hosting their Cooking Green event every Wednesday. Cooking Green aims to combine foraging techniques, knowledge of local greenery, with recipes to create delicious food. Some recipes you may learn are fettuccine, maple ice cream, pea soup, and more. Learn more about how to sign up on SUNY Oswego's events website.
The 63rd Annual Juried Student Exhibition has almost wrapped up its student-driven exhibit. The event started March 10th and highlighted the beautiful artwork made by the students of Oswego. Hosted in Tyler Hall, the exhibit is officially on view through April 3rd, so if you are interested in attending the art gallery, it is open Thursday and Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. Attending is free and open to anybody interested.
In light of spring, the Office of Sustainability and Community Services is hosting campus-wide cleanups every Wednesday. The Shining Waters Lakeshore cleanup meets in MCC, then set out on campus. Those in attendance are expected to dress according to the weather. For more info, see the Oswego Campus Events website.
The shop drive for the Children's Center of Oswego will officially end tomorrow on April 2nd. The Care Center in Sheldon Hall has been serving toddlers and preschoolers, and the Penfield Library and Room 501 in Culkin Hall can help support the center by donating items. Suggested items to donate include ribbons, craft gems, felt and fabric squares, yarn, and many more to help the center improve the well-being for the kids involved.
Brazilian sculptor Juliana Sequeira Leita will be featured in SUNY Oswego's ongoing series, Making It, which showcases various artists who share their experience making it as artists. Sequeira Leita, based in Brooklyn, New York, has had her work featured all over the world. Her work as an artist pushes the boundaries of sculpture and captures what it means to be human through her work. Come see her speak at Marano Campus Center at 7 p.m. April 2nd.
The Hewitt Ballroom hosted the AI and the Future of Work event today from 3:30 to 6 p.m. The event highlighted the need to recognize that AI will be a part of many companies in the future and how to work alongside AI. Hosted by Career Services, the event was split into panels, breakout sessions, and the AI Career Connection Spotlight, where people could talk one-on-one with special guests while having the chance of winning Meta Headliner glasses and enjoying treats.
Well, Nick, I heard a lot about people complaining about not being able to sleep due to the thunderstorms.
And I've heard that as well around campus. But with more on that, here's Storm Team 10 meteorologist Emma Sechner.
Hi, my name is Emma Sechner, your Storm Team 10 meteorologist for tonight. And with all those thunderstorms, I don't think I've slept in like 3 days. But thunderstorms will be continuing on for the rest of the week with a flood watch ongoing, which we'll get more into. With like a regular New York spring, we're going to have fluctuating temperatures. And stay tuned for an Easter forecast. Hopefully everyone will get an Easter basket. And that's all for me right now. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Emma. Nick, I heard for our Campus Connection segment, you got the chance to meet up with 3 members of the poker club.
That's right, Emily. And now to my interview, where they explain why you should gamble with the idea of joining the poker club. First off, guys, how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Really great.
I'm doing good. Glad to have you guys here. Firstly, introduce the club and each one of you and what you guys do here.
All right, I'm Merlin, and I'm the treasurer for the poker club.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Perez, and I am the secretary poker club.
I'm Jacob Johnston, and I'm public relations for Poker Club.
Awesome, guys. And first off, I want to ask, what does the poker club do, obviously, besides play poker? And how do you guys kind of reach out to students across Oswego?
Yeah, so we have weekly meetings. We are every Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30 in MCC 201. But we just come in and we play poker. We set it up. We do tournament style, Texas Hold'em style poker, where you just play. You get in a table with a group of friends usually, and you play. And you get people out, and then we get down to our last 8 people, and we sit around this table actually for our final table, where we give out prizes for our top 3 people. So they just continue to play and to play and to play until there's only one person left.
And this is probably a question that might get asked from a lot of students with the involvement fair who are just finding out about this club. Are you allowed to play with real money, or is it just for the prizes and just kind of for fun?
It's just for the prizes and for fun. We're not allowed to play with your own money.
Is it that due to a school-related subject?
Yeah, no clubs are out to do that.
Awesome. And what do you hope for this club to kind of build towards the future? Do you wish to expand it, maybe get a little more funding, maybe just kind of reach out to more students, or what else could you kind of do with this club?
Yeah, I mean, we are definitely always trying to expand the club and trying to come up with different ideas. And we just did a collaboration recently with the village where we held a casino night. And so just trying to build and do more events. We've done events in the past with Turning Stone Casino, where we have gone and taken a tour of their place and done things like that. So I mean, we're always trying to see where we can grow and see how we can kind of push the limits to the club. And this year, unfortunately, most of our e-board is graduating, so we have a fresh new e-board coming in. So we'll see kind of how that goes, but I'm really hopeful for the future of the club.
And one more question. Do you guys have any sneak peek on any special event coming up, or is it kind of shaded right now and you don't know what's going on in the future?
Nothing is set in stone yet. We are always looking at new options and new things to introduce to the club to get more people involved. But I wouldn't say anything is for sure yet, but everything's always in the works.
Awesome, guys.
We do have our final tournament for the semester the last Thursday of classes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, is there a specific date for that, baby?
I believe it's May 7th, right?
Sometime around there, whenever that Thursday is on the last week of classes, we have our big final tournament where we have a lot bigger prizes.
Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time here. And back to the desk, y'all.
That was a great interview, Nick. How was the experience outside of the interview?
I had such a great time talking with them, and also a lot of people here at WTOP are also invested in the poker club and really enjoy having fun on the weekends with all of them. Oswego Health Center for Surgical Services is holding a clinic tomorrow from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. for hernias, lumps, and bumps. General Surgeon Dr. Michael Denise will be there to screen and diagnose patients who come in. Lumps and bumps will be a standard office fee with insurance being accepted, and hernia screening will be free of cost. The clinic is for patients 18 and older only and will be held at Oswego Center for Surgical Services.
Oswego County was under a flood watch from the weekend up until 9 p.m. tonight. Officials are urging people to stay away from the banks of Salmon River, from the Lakefield Reservoir area all the way to Lake Ontario. If water levels are high, Director of Oswego County Emergency Management Office urged everyone in the county to be aware of their surroundings in case of floods.
Still ahead tonight, the Supreme Court heard Trump's oral arguments against birthright citizenship.
And NASA's Artemis 2 mission to the moon launched today.
Plus, our full weather report coming up right here after the break here on WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Ignition. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
$50. You better watch out. It's gonna swat you like a bug.
I'm scared of Joe with a bat.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you because your team is a failure. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh.
Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready? I swear to God. Oh my
Everyone.
All right, put the bat down. All right. The number's like.
Sorry, John. You're right.
Sorry. You're like, hey.
Hi, welcome back from the break. So talking about the flood watches and warnings. So in this graphic, the flood watch, that's going to be the darker green areas. That's more like southern central New York, like areas like Binghamton, all the way extending on to like the Erie. While the flood warnings, that's going to be the bright green areas. So that's more like Lowville, Cindy Creek, the Finger Lakes. So just be wary of that. The flood watch, though, is only going to be continuing until Thursday morning, while the flood warning is just continuing on. Oswego right now, the temperature is 38 degrees. We have some cloudy conditions with a dew point of being 31, humidity 76%, and wind is coming from the northeast at 10 miles per hour. And then for other areas of New York, we have Fulton at 37, Syracuse is 40, with northern New York, like areas like Watertown, Lowville being 35, with Buffalo being 39, and the highest temperature right now is actually Albany. And then, as we can see here, right now it's just cloudy, with Albany mostly tonight getting like all the rain, thunder, everything we don't really like. But then around Thursday, 8 a.m., that's when we're gonna start getting rain again, with areas like Albany still getting most of it. And then around 1, 2-ish, we'll see it again. We got a little break, but it'll just keep on going. And then cloudy, and then as we get into Friday around the morning again, like 9 a.m., we'll see rain again and thunder. And it will just keep going on until we get to like Friday night. And then some conditions you'd expect for tomorrow. I thought this graphic was cute. So the chance of rain is going to be 35% tomorrow at 8 a.m. with a temperature of 38. But then around 1, right before the rain hits, the chance of rain is going to be 51, so you might still feel it. It might come early. Temperature is going to be 44, but then by 6, it's going to be 48 and just cloudy. And then if you're wondering what to wear tomorrow because the weather has been so unpredictable with temperature-wise, first it's warm, then it's cold. You can just wear a hoodie, make sure to bring an umbrella, rain boots. The high is going to be 51. If you're caught in thunder and lightning, just try to get inside. And then the extended forecast, the showers are going to be 51 with the low of 46. Fridays, we're going to have the thunderstorms. Saturday, we're going to have thunderstorms. With Friday, the high is going to be 54. The low is going to be 40. Saturday, 63, low of 43. Sunday, Easter. It's going to be raining with a high of 49, a low of 34. Partly cloudy on Monday with a high of 41, a low of 29. Tuesday is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 38, a low of 25. And Wednesday it's going to be sunny and beautiful with a high of 42. And back to the desk.
Thanks, Emma. The U.S. government has been partially shut down since February 14th. Since then, TSA workers have not been paid. But on Monday, the government announced that they will start back paying TSA workers for missed paychecks.
While this can help slow down the busy security lines at airports across the country until the partial shutdown ends, TSA workers will not be paid for future paychecks. WTOP-10 reporter Jenna Van Tom went around campus to get some students' thoughts.
I mean, I think it's great that they're finally getting paid what they should be paid, because I don't think that they should have been working for free at all. But I think, yeah, they should definitely be able to have negotiations at least of what, they should be getting paid going forward. This is actually a very important thing that they should be budgeting for, so I don't actually know how this ended up like this. It's kind of messed up.
I don't know, it's just annoying, and these people are still working but not getting paid. I mean, they're working, they're still doing their jobs, and they're not getting paid, so they deserve to be paid, and they have a right to not show up to work because they should be getting paid for the jobs that they were doing.
Well, that's ridiculous. They have families to feed, and that's not really fair that they have to be in the fallout because a bunch of politicians can't get it together. They can't do their job, so why does somebody else that's actually doing their job have to be victim to that and have to suffer financially? It's not fair to themselves, their families, and anybody around them.
Over 500 airport security officers quit in early 2026 due to the shutdown.
Call-out rates have now reached over 11%.
Gas prices are climbing again, and drivers in Oswego are feeling the pinch in their pockets.
Our Alejandra Dickens takes a look at why fuel costs are rising and how it's affecting people in the community.
Thank you, Nick and Emily. If you've been driving lately, you've probably noticed a change in the gas prices. Right now, the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel in the Oswego County is about $3.87. And nationally, prices have climbed to around $4 a gallon, a price not seen since 2022. The recent conflict in Iran has contributed to a sharp rise in oil prices. For those earning a wage in a job reliant on gas, like delivery drivers, rising costs are hard to ignore.
As a delivery driver, I kind of need gas to work a job. I'm fortunate enough to have a newer car where I get pretty good gas mileage, but I know for a lot of people that maybe might not be in a position of financial stability like myself, it can be hard to want to, it's like fill up your car or even want to continue working.
The conflict has disrupted the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for oil transport. The waterway has been closed for about a month, contributing to one of the largest oil supply disruptions in history. In response, U.S. President Donald Trump urged the United Kingdom and other countries to take action to secure fuel supplies, saying, "Just take it." The UK has since announced it will send additional air defense systems to the Persian Gulf to support allies. For now, drivers here in Oswego will continue to feel the impact of the developments on the global stage, leading to higher prices at the pump. I'm Alejandra Dickens, WTOP-10, back to the desk.
Thank you. Republican leaders say they have a plan to reopen the Department of Homeland Security. However, they're not in the clear yet. Senate Majority Leader John Thune and House Speaker Mike Johnson said they have a two-track plan to end the DHS shutdown and pursue a second Trump mega bill that would secure extra immigration funding. How long it will take to restore funding DHS is unknown. Senate plans to take the first step as soon as Thursday morning. This House has not yet informed when moves will be made.
Around 6:35 p.m. today, 4 astronauts lifted off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida to attempt to journey around the moon for the next 10 days. Artemis II mission marks first time in more than 50 years return to the vicinity of the moon since 1972. This mission could travel further from Earth than before, breaking Apollo program's distance record. Artemis II is a test flight that could establish the groundwork for future missions to bring astronauts to the moon in a couple of years' time.
The Supreme Court was hearing oral arguments on Trump's executive order limiting birthright citizenship. Trump does not want it to apply to babies born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants. Within the 14th Amendment, it states, quote, persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. The Trump administration argues the jurisdiction strengthens the president's executive order, and critics argue that changing birthrights to citizenship in the U.S. would be challenging. They add U.S. citizens may end up having to document their children's immigration status. And coming up after the break, here how Oswego sports did today, plus the World Cup field gets finalized. Stay tuned to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed? On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Go home, that's 3 hours from now!
Maybe that's the best thing you can do.
But after he gets possessed,
his show becomes a smash hit.
Now he's got the greenest show on WTOP-10.
A lot of green going on tonight.
We'll be holding on forever.
Don't miss the limited run of
those great people being
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
There's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Cameron Carvalho here with tonight's full sports coverage. The SUNY Oswego men's baseball team faced off against the Ithaca Bombers today and fell by a score of 6-4. The first inning was filled with a lot of scoring as the Lakers ended the inning up 3-2, including a 2-run RBI double by Andrew Dempsey. The Lakers held on to the lead for most of the game until the Bombers exploded in the 8th inning for 3 runs. The loss dropped the Lakers to 9-11 on the season. They next play on the road against Plattsburgh on Friday at 3 p.m. The men's tennis team was also in action today for their first home match of the season, defeating the Nazareth Golden Flyers by a score of 5-2. Colin Byer, Tyler Young, and Jose Garcia recorded wins in both the singles and doubles for the Lakers. The team fell to Lemoyne 7-0 in their first matchup of the season last Saturday. They are looking to continue their momentum from last year's 11-4 campaign in which they went all the way to the SUNYAC Championship. Moving into the Syracuse Orange, the Cuse women's lacrosse team continued their strong season last night with a 10-8 win over Cornell. The Orange sit at 10-3 on the season and are ranked 4th in the country. Caroline Trinkhouse led the way with 3 goals, while third-team midseason All-American Molly Guzik had 2 goals and 2 assists. Izzy Laha and Coco Van Diver, who were both also named to midseason All-American teams, anchored another strong defensive performance from the Orange. The Orange are keeping their national championship aspirations high. They next play Saturday on the road against the 17th-ranked Duke Blue Devils at 4 p.m. The remaining 6 spots in the Men's World Cup this summer were all filled yesterday following the completion of the qualifying playoff tournament. The most notable result of the day was Bosnia defeating Italy on penalties, making this the 3rd consecutive World Cup that the 4-time champions and soccer powerhouse nation will miss. Robert Lewandowski and Poland were knocked out by Sweden with a late goal by Victor Gyökeres, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo qualified for its 2nd ever World Cup after beating Jamaica in extra time, leading the country to declare a national holiday for today. The World Cup kicks off June 11th with Mexico versus South Africa. On to the MLB last night at T-Mobile Park. The Yankees facing the Mariners. We get it started with Ben Rice. Sneaks a double past Josh Naylor. Cody Bellinger is going to get the first run of the day, scoring from second. Early lead for the Yankees. The story of the game is Cam Schwittler. What a performance he had today. First striking out Mariners star Cal Raleigh and then blowing a fastball right by Julio Hernandez. 7 strikeouts on the day for Cam. Top of the 6th now, it's Paul Goldschmidt. He hits it high, he hits it far, deep left field. It's a 3-run shot by the Yankees first baseman, putting his team up 4-0. Schwittler would go back on the mound again, getting another strikeout against Cal Raleigh. Schwittler only allowing 2 hits throughout 6 1/3 innings pitched. Mariners would get 2 runs in the 8th, but it's Ben Rice again, hitting a bomb 427 feet into right field, giving his team some extra cushion. Yankees take this one 5-3. They move to 5-1 on the season and first place in the AL. Stick around for more of WTOP-10 Nightly News right after this.
Do you like reading? Do you like reading books? Do you like looking at books? Do you like having a collection of books in your living room?
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, spoiler alert! Okay, Lord, why did I write this in yellow? I told you! Welcome back between the pages.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here.
Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back, everybody. Season 2 of Oswego Lazo.
That's our report tonight. Thank you everyone for watching.
Have a good one, folks, and be sure to stay tuned for the DK Experience.
Tonight on Hockey Talk, spring break is over and I went to a pretty cool place.
Then Igor Shesterkin got to drop the gloves last night with Jacob Markstrom. How did we get here?
And finally, the Division III title was handed out. Who came out on top? And was it who everyone expected? All that and more right now. Welcome back to Hockey Talk, the show made by hockey fans for hockey fans. My name is Rob Finger, joined once again by Chris DeLuca, Evan Chomes, and Eric Palmieri, and we're here to talk hockey. Now, like I said up top, spring break has come and gone, and I was able to do something pretty cool over said spring break. I went to the Czech Republic, where I was able to go to a playoff hockey game for the Czech Extra League, the very one that Jaromir Jagr played in as little as a year ago. And it was his team that I saw, the Kladno Knights, were taking on Sparta Prague in the first round of the Extra Liga playoffs. It's hockey night in Czechia as the Czech Extra Liga playoffs has its first round coming to an end tonight. This right here is game 5 of a 5-game series between Sparta Prague and the Kladno Knights. 3 of the 4 games before this went to overtime, and Jaromir Jagr's Kladno team has been hanging tough with Sparta. The venue is O2 Arena, a 20,000-seat arena, the third largest hockey arena in Europe, and I will say it put some NHL barns to shame in terms of fan experience. There was a pregame show on the ice that even included pyrotechnics.
I can literally feel that fire from here. That's wild.
But soon, it was time to welcome the teams to the ice. As much as this was a battle between the teams, it was also a battle in the stands. The Ultras were out in full force and the play was good, but very back and forth to start the game. A couple penalties and some bad CGI later, and the first period ended without a mark on the board. After the intermission, which included some on-ice hijinks, the second period started off with a bang. And just like that, it was Sparta that was on the board first. And I learned the true meaning of European scarf culture. A couple minutes later in the period, it was Prague with a benchmarker for too many men, and Kladno would take advantage.
Další rychlá kombinace, Viňov v předbrankovém prostoru. Další rána, Kořenář nakonec nechytil kotouč, ten končí za jeho...
The rest of the second period was still tight as can be with good scoring chances on each side, and the crowd was still into it as always. The third period was the most tense. Both seasons were on the line, and these guys were certainly playing like it. And then, the tie was broken. But there was a twist. The goal was under review for a kicking motion.
Dostal k odraženému kotouči a dostal ho za Josefa Kořenáře.
Ovšem tenhle pohyb pravou bruslí.
It was then determined. Kladno was in the lead. The Knights had Sparta on the ropes. But Prague played their hearts out, just trying to get the tying goal. And with 3 minutes left, the building erupted. 3 minutes later, tied at 2, we were going to overtime for the fourth time in this 5-game series. 10th-seeded Kladno had gone the distance with 7th-seeded Prague, and it came down to sudden death. Both teams laid everything out on the ice, shot after shot. 17 minutes went by, but then a mistake from Kladno. Kladno's Ultras were pissed, and it would be on this 4-on-5 that the series was decided.
Michal Řepík, Michal Špaček, Horák a Krejčí.
And it was Sparta Prague winning on home ice. Just like that, an amazing series between Prague and Kladno came to an end, with Prague moving on to play Pilsen and Kladno going home till next season. Speaking of that Prague versus Pilsen series, Sparta Prague actually was able to come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the series in Game 7, where they now play 1-seed Pardubice in the semifinals of the Extraliga. So what do we think about this European hockey, boys?
I want to go to a game.
That looked electric.
That arena looked amazing. And all the fans were in it the whole time. It was
also
insane. Yeah, it was. The whole arena was packed. Even just like the slightly bigger like ice surface, it's just so cool.
Literally, like, it was also very hard to get those tickets. Shout out to my girlfriend's father, Ryan Earhart, for him and his Czech wife actually being able to get those tickets for us to go to O2 Arena to see that game. It literally. Also, by the way, this is a Sparta Prague jersey for Michael Spacek. He had 2 assists that game, one for the first goal and one for the game winner as well. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So
That's really
it was a
cool.
fantastic experience, and to anybody who ever finds themselves in Europe, just go to a hockey game. It's mental. Well, don't go away, ladies and gentlemen, because while the playoffs are going on overseas, we are pedal to the metal towards the playoffs in the NHL, and hands are getting thrown. We'll have all that and more when we return on Hockey Talk.
$50. You better watch out.
You got swat you like a bug.
Welcome back to Hockey Talk, the show made by hockey fans for hockey fans. My name is Rob Finger, alongside Chris DeLuca, Evan Shomes, and Eric Palmieri, and we are here to talk hockey. Now, there's a certain team that always happens to steal the headlines right before our episode, and once again, it is the New York Rangers. Chris DeLuca, take it away.
Listen, we had a lot happen this season that has not been great, obviously. Not
certainly
been
been headline worthy.
It's been headline worthy for all the wrong reasons. But, I mean, yesterday, we had one for the right reason. And, I mean, I was told we have a video of it, so let's take a look at that real quick.
Roll the Shesterkin fight, please.
At a certain point in the game last night between the Rangers and the Devils, there was a scrap, if you would, between goaltenders. And as you can see right here, Igor Shesterkin is getting into it with some of the players, and you'll see in a second here Jacob Markstrom. He doesn't like that. He's taking the gloves off, he's taking the helmet off. Igor needs a second to get his stuff off. This is his first fight, and here they go. Igor Shesterkin, Jacob Markstrom getting into it. Markstrom pushing around, Shesterkin pushing around. See a punch thrown over here. Markstrom misses as he would, because he's a devil. Markstrom just not missing all those punches, and Igor getting a flurry of them in there, and just absolutely bodying him. Couple forward hand punches, and then Shesterkin just with a takedown right there. I think we all know who won that fight, and that, of course, is the legendary goaltender, the czar, if you would, Igor Shesterkin. What a fight! I mean, honestly, Mike Neckers was saying this to me before when I saw him. The Rangers needed something good this year like that after a whole season of just absolute dog water.
And I will say, that was actually very well fought by Igor. Like, I didn't think that he had those sorts of hands.
He looked like Conor McGregor out there just throwing hands. I was like, oh my Lord.
Here's the one thing that gets me the most about that fight. He ducked for the punches. He physically dodged the punches and was able to counter. Like, for somebody who has done MMA like myself, for you to be able to... Yeah, I am. Believe it or not, I'm a third-degree black belt.
Hey.
Just humble brag. Anyways, but... no, I have proof. Anyways.
I don't need proof. I believe you, buddy.
All right, but it's one of those things where he was able to counter in goalie gear.
Yeah, it is really impressive.
Yeah, no, I mean...
to move around like that.
He definitely... I think I did see somewhere where he did have some fighting lessons. So it makes sense. I love it. But yeah, a goalie fight. I saw something before. Before the season, there have been 0 goalie fights since 2020. This season alone, there's been 3. Between I think it was between like the Sharks goaltender faced off against, I believe, who was it? I forget. But then during the
Florida Panthers.
Yes, it was Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky, yep.
So it was them. I know Vasilevsky and Swayman went at it during the Stadium Series, and now Battle of the Hudson. It just, for such a very, 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 very awful year for the Rangers and a lot of their players. It's a silver lining, other than other ones that I might talk about later.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of the city of New York, we have to go to the other team here, the New York Islanders, who have been on a bit of a heater, anyway, at least in the Calder run.
Yeah, well, in the Calder run, I think that one's pretty much sealed at this point.
Yeah, sadly.
I mean, there's a few games left,
Mitch,
but I think Schaefer's pretty much sealed this one. I think he's got the Calder.
Who'd you say was winning again at the end of the year?
I thought it would be Demidov, but here's the thing: Jakub Dobiš for the Habs is making himself a case now with 25 wins in, I think, like 31, 32 games. It's wild that he's been able to do that, or at least make it so that the Calder run is a question. But I do think that Schaefer's still winning.
Some competition
I'm
is
sleeping
nice.
on him. He ain't doing anything. Sorry, keep going.
I'd be happy to have some competition. You know, Schaefer kind of ran away with it early in the season.
Yeah.
But I can't totally say the same for the team as a whole. We're holding on to our playoff position right now, but our last 2 games have been some pretty brutal losses. We went down 8-2, I believe it was, against 8-3. My bad. I give us that point. 8-3 against the Penguins, which is bad, especially because we're neck and neck with them. They're a point ahead of us in the standings.
3 points.
Or 3 points now ahead of us in the standings. So things aren't looking great, especially because then we lost again to the Sabres last night. Thank you for that.
It's the 25-26 Sabres, though. Like, this guy has had it good.
Yeah, I know.
For the first time in like 15 years.
You started Sorokin
The only reason they're starting Sorokin back-to-back is Wad just trusts him, honestly. Riddick has been a little bit iffy as of late, so it's kind of okay to throw Sorokin out there a few times. I think they are overplaying him a little bit, but also you trust the guy. I mean, he only let up. But against the Sabres, it was a 4-3 game, one of which being an empty net. He played a good game, but we have a bit of a tough schedule ahead of us too. We got Flyers and the Hurricanes back-to-back this weekend, which is going to be rough.
Speaking of like those 2 teams as well, the Flyers are on a heater right now. They are in their last 10. They are 7-2-1, or yeah, that is their last 10. 7-2-1 for the Flyers, and they are tied for 3rd place. That's in the wild card race anyway. In the wild card, it's Boston, Columbus, and then 3 teams tied for 3rd, Ottawa, Detroit, and Philadelphia. But Philadelphia seems on the come-up, so the Islanders might have a little bit of a
especially for us, whenever we play the Flyers, it's always a physical game. So to go from that physical game to play against the Hurricanes the next day, I don't know, I'm a little nervous.
I mean, hey, the Habs were able to beat the Hurricanes the other day, so I'd have hope for you.
I hope we make the playoffs, but I mean, that's about all I got for
I think my prediction is if the Islanders don't get one of the actual divisional positions, they will get a wild card position.
I'm hoping we at least make it. I think we have a very high chance of at least making it, but I can't help but be a little nervous.
Fair enough. Well, one team that doesn't have to be nervous is this guy over here, the Buffalo Sabres.
Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? This guy's
seriously.
the guy that's safe.
No, I wouldn't have thought.
No, I expected maybe a wild card slot. I did not expect first in the Atlantic.
No, I don't think anybody did.
I didn't expect a playoff spot. Dude, we were last in December. This still feels absolutely wild.
Aren't you guys the best team?
For my playoff beard. It's going to be coming in, I swear.
A Buffalo Sabres fan is starting a playoff beard.
Yeah,
what year is it? 2000?
What world are we living in right now?
Is it 1999 all over again?
No, I just hope they win a first round. I've seen a lot of family members that have been like, oh my God, we're going to the Cup, and it's like,
hold on.
I just want a round win. That's all I need. I'm just going to enjoy meaningful hockey
Stay
in
humble.
April. Stay humble. But, oh my gosh, it's been so nice. Like, Kevin Adams got booed out of Buffalo for being, kind of a bad GM. The 7-year plan kind of took a little long, but his pieces are starting to click, and it starts with UPL, who is finally playing his best hockey since like 2022, 2023. He's tied his career high in save percentage. He's 9-2 since January 22nd. And what started it was the signing of Alex Lyon. He finally had a goaltender to compete against. He had that fire lit up from under him. I mean, this is the best goalie tandem that we've had since Linus Ullmark in 2020, 2021.
Yeah, and you've got a fantastic prospect in Devin Levi as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He just can't translate to the NHL yet. I hope he does because, gosh, he's so good with the Amerks. But, I mean, this is the best goalie comp since, Linus Ullmark, who was only able to play 34 games as a season high in his 6 years with the Sabres. Just never able to get it going, injury-wise.
And I will say that, especially for Buffalo Sabres fans who can remember the good old days, you guys were spoiled with good goaltenders. You went straight from Dominic Hasek to Ryan Miller, who people forget that Ryan Miller won the Vezina.
Yeah, no, I have a Ryan Miller jersey that would fit me like a crop top now, but I mean, I want to get another one. But he was so fun to watch as a kid. But it's really nice after the probably decade-long drought of just really, really bad goalie to finally see some consistency in there. But really what's been the heart of the team has been just the pieces that they have. Sam Carrick has been amazing. Thank you, Chris. Absolute steal. 6th round.
Didn't he just get injured, though?
He did just get injured. Sticking up for his guy, though, so it's okay. Upper body injury. I think he's going to be okay. Evan, I hate you for that. But it's okay. 6th round pick for a guy that has 5 goals in 13 games. It's guys like that have just made this team spectacular.
Fantastic. And then another team that's, humble brag, having a spectacular season right now is the Montreal Canadiens. By the way, this is not a Montreal Canadiens hat. This is actually an Expos hat. By the way, since the last season, baseball season has started up, bring back the Expos. Anyways, but Habsland right now is just vibing. We are on a 6-game winning streak. Cole Caulfield is going to be, looking to be anyway, their first 50-goal scorer since 1989-90. Here, I have it pulled up. The last time a 50-goal scorer was on the Montreal Canadiens, it was Stéphane Richer with 51 goals, just barely, in 1989-90, a couple of years before they did win the Cup in 93, the last Canadian team to do that. I will always point that out. And only 6 different players in all of...
It's not a good thing to point out, buddy.
Well, it's a thing that, the Habs might change in the next couple of years. I'm not saying it's this year.
93.
93, 94 over there.
Still a year later.
A year later, and it's just about as long. Anyways, but only 6 different players so far in all of the Habs history since 1909 have scored 50 goals in a season. Maurice Richard, Bernie Boom Boom Geoffrion, Guy Lafleur, Steve Shutt, Pierre LaRouche, and Stéphane Richer. We have not had a 50-goal scorer in 36 years.
I'm getting a call from Jenna Van Tom.
Okay, if you would like to answer.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh, boy. All right, but nonetheless.
Another Islander fan.
The Habs are, oh my goodness. The fact that we've been able to, take victories such as 4-1 against the Lightning just yesterday, 3-1 versus the Hurricanes a couple days ago, 4-1 versus the Preds, 2-1 versus the Jackets, 5-2 against the Hurricanes. We beat the Hurricanes twice in just under a week. And they are the top of the Metro right now. So honestly, I think that's a good sign for the both of us as Atlantic Division teams. Yeah. Clearly the best division in hockey right now.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Well, wait, real quick. I got an Islander fan on the phone here, Jenna Van Tom. Do you have anything to say about the Islanders? You're on there.
Go Islanders.
No.
I really hope. I've never thought I'd say this, but I hope the Rangers lose, so they don't get the first round pick.
Oh, you hope we lose to get the first round pick? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jenna. All right. Yep. Bye. Goodbye.
Behold, unfortunately, somebody who doesn't know how the draft works. I'm sorry, Jenna, but
no, she knows how the draft works. She just misspoke. Give it a break.
Fair enough. Anyways,
oh my Lord, that's
but
hilarious.
Yeah, Habsland is just going nuts right now. The Bell Center is rocking, and we are hoping to bring this vibe into not only the first round, but hopefully the second round as well. Well, drama is happening all around the hockey world, including in the Division III National Championship game, which just happened this past weekend. Who took home the title? Well, we'll find out when we return on Hockey Talk.
If it's hockey, it's on Hockey Talk.
The hockey gods will bless me again with another victory.
Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Rangers are going to beat them simply because vibes.
Vibes. You are winning this on vibes?
That's a solid argument.
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, only on WTOP.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
He's excused. Pretty girl scare when she see me sleep.
Two most important people here, by the way.
Facts.
Me and Eddie?
Yeah. Casey.
Yeah.
You too.
Welcome back to Hockey Talk, the show made by hockey fans for hockey fans. My name is Rob Finger, alongside Chris DeLuca, Evan Shomes, and Eric Palmieri, and we're here to talk hockey. And good news for literally everyone outside of Geneva, New York. The Hobart Statesmen lost in the Division III Finals to the Hamilton Continentals. Congrats to Hamilton, residents of, I believe, Clinton, New York, so another relatively central New York team. But congrats to Hamilton. You beat the streak. You beat Hobart. It took overtime, but it doesn't matter. Hamilton, a win is a win, and a win came at the most perfect time. Hobart tripped at the finish line.
And if you follow any like D3 like social media accounts, you probably saw the goal online too.
You also probably saw the
beautiful, absolutely
beautiful
line
goal, but brutal call. Brutal call.
Well, I'm not going to get started on the broadcast or the
anyways.
call. I have my own opinions about that. But so like literally, absolute botched line change by the Hobart Statesmen. 2-on-1 form from Hamilton. It was just beautiful. Beautiful.
Absolutely. A beautiful win for Hamilton. Now, let's get into our games to watch, starting with my very own Montreal Canadiens. They will be heading to Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers tomorrow night, which means it's time for a face-off. Let's head to the 2-box. And because I am the visiting team... You got the time? Okay. Let's go for it.
30 seconds, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Go.
All right. Well... We've seen this episode before. We've got almost a 50-goal scorer on our side here. Cole Caulfield, that entire first line as well. Nick Suzuki is approaching 100 points on the season. This is an offense that is absolutely primed to just take over, and this is exactly what we are looking for here in this season, and we are just going to take it to a basement team.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Things don't look great for the Rangers right now. But the one thing that you can always count on, 93, the Montreal Canadiens did win the Cup, but who won right after that? Who won sooner? The 94 Rangers. Therefore, based on vibes, the New York Rangers will absolutely demolish the Montreal Canadiens. Cole Caulfield don't got nothing on Mika Zibanejad, Gabe Perreault, Adam Sikora, Alexis Lafreniere, and I don't even care about the timer. Rangers are winning. just because I don't like the Montreal Canadiens. That's why.
Vibes
That's
don't
why.
exist in a building
Pretty
that
good
doesn't
reasoning.
have any fans. Anyways, for our second game to watch, the Buffalo Sabres will be headed to MSG this time next Wednesday to take on the Rangers as well. So that means it's in time for another face-off. Let's head back to the 2-box.
Go for it, Eric.
I'm going for it.
Yep, you're on the clock.
You're nothing to me but seeding. Your team is nothing to me but seeding. We're 2 points away, and then we make the playoffs. How does that feel?
Is that
I don't. I really don't have to say much more.
right.
I'm not worried about this game. You're nothing. You mean nothing to me. Seeding.
Can we come back to Camp 2? For a second, I want to show this real quick. So, Eric, I want to congratulate you on finally having some sort of relevancy.
Thank you.
Because it's going to be the only time you're ever going to feel it.
Yeah.
You got so lucky being in the basement of the league and then going straight to the top. UPL, yeah, he may be on a tear, but he's washed. He's overrated. There's no one better than the Igor Shesterkin of the New York Rangers. And you know what? He's going to show up that night. He's going to demolish any pucks that are shot at from Tage Thompson or whoever the heck is on the Sabres at this point. Sam Carrick doesn't have anything on the Rangers. Botched Ranger. No one cares about him. No one cares about the Sabres. Screw the timer. You're
Sabres
finished.
are going to win by the power of friendship.
The power of friendship don't got nothing on absolute
Stanley Cup.
Also,
Well-
one other thing real quick. The Rangers are going to win both those games just to say screw you to me and the draft lottery.
Fair enough.
That's
fair
the
enough.
reason why they're gonna
Finally,
win.
for our last game to watch, involves the New York Islanders as they host my very own Montreal Canadiens on Sunday the 12th at UBS Arena. This, of course, means that we're going back to the face-off circle. Let's get back that 2-box. And
Go for it.
I will start it with just saying that the Islanders and the Canadiens are right now in the same position. We are both third in our divisions, in our playoff spots. But the difference is, what division are the Habs in and what division are the Islanders in? You've got the Metro, which has just the leaders of the Canes, who cannot even get past the conference final.
You're done.
And I'm
Go
done?
for it. You're done.
Habs are winning. Habs are winning.
Yeah, you're done, buddy.
We own New York.
Do you?
Cut him off.
Okay, we may have lost the last game against you guys. I got a little ahead of myself last face-off. I went off on a few of the Habs players and gassed up Schaefer a lot. But I don't know. These next few games for the Islanders are must-wins. And when the Islanders actually have to lock in and put their heart into it, they've got a lot of heart. I think if they're going to put their all into these next few games, especially that one, that's our second to last game of the season, right before the Canes, a game that might be kind of difficult, is a must-win. And when we're put in front of a must-win, we hope to win. So I think we win.
All right. I will say that the Islanders would put up a better fight than the Rangers ever could.
Well,
So,
that's a given,
Well,
right?
I mean, you're also going to lose to the Rangers, so we'll see about that.
we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow night, everybody. That's the one that you want to watch. But like I said, this next 2 weeks, anyway, for hockey is literally going to be everything for playoffs and everything like that.
I don't know anything about that, so I'll sit here in my suit and tie and enjoy it.
Yeah, the three of us are going to enjoy going to some meaningful
maybe not
hockey
him. I might
later
bring
this
you
year.
with me.
Well,
I
that'll
don't
do
know.
it
We
for
might
this
go down the
episode of Hockey Talk. We're headed full bore towards the playoffs with a whole bunch of action to come in the next 2 weeks. For Chris DeLuca, Evan Jones, and Eric Palmieri, I've been Rob Finger. Remember, if it's hockey, it's on Hockey Talk. Good night, everybody.
What?
Now introducing, out of Alden, New York, number 2, Dylan the Chinstrap Zielinski. Introducing next, out of Schenectady, New York, wearing number 69, Kenny the GM Gerard.
Dylan, you forgot to dress up.
Wasn't I supposed to?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not running for GM.
Neither am I. Welcome back into the DK
vote.
Experience for Season 5, Episode number 2, the final season of the DK Experience. I'm Kenny Gerard. That's my good friend Dylan Zielinski. Dylan, start things off with, how you doing?
Doing good. Had work at Kinney Drugs today. Showed up like 15 minutes late because I accidentally overslept. Shout out working until 2 o'clock in the morning at the Raven.
That will probably do it. Oh, now I hear myself in my IFB. I wonder if they can hear me the whole time. Well, if we didn't hear us, we're doing good. Well, I guess just move right on into it now, Dylan. Dylan, right back into our favorite segment, the Gridiron Recap. Dylan, draft season is right around the corner. Let's chat about what we are hoping to see from our teams during the draft. Bills time.
Bills time. So I'm really torn at what the Bills should do this year. Part of me wants them to maybe grab an offensive lineman with having to replace David Edwards, but I think they believe that offensive lineman is in-house. So that is what's leading me to believe that we're probably going to go defense. I think we need a linebacker. The problem starts to become what linebacker falls to us. I don't want to have to reach on one. We have Terrell Bernard. He's a stud. But Matt Milano and Shaq Thompson, who both played valuable snaps for us last season, and Matt's been around for a long time, are both currently not on the team. We do have Dorian Williams, but we're switching to a 3-4 defense. We're going to need more linebackers. We don't have any right now. I think we have 3 on roster. My guess would be linebacker or sneaky pick. I know everyone keeps talking about it, but a wide receiver, I don't think we need one with the addition to DJ Moore, but everyone just keeps talking about it. But I'm thinking defense. I don't think we need any secondary help. We have 2 stud corners. It's time for Maxwell Harrison to turn up. We have 2 safeties in Cole Bishop and now CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think our secondary will be fine. I'm thinking linebacker and defensive depth.
You opposed to trading down?
No, I mean, I really want to. If there's a linebacker there that's easy grabs and easy pickings, then yeah, take them. But no, I would not be opposed to trading down.
I mean, for the Giants, I want a receiver, but like I don't really necessarily know if that's our biggest need. We can go interior defensive line, interior offensive line. I mean, our line is the issue. I looked at a quick little, who's people going to take? And Caleb Downs is probably who the Giants would pick up at 5.
You guys need
it wouldn't surprise me.
Help. You guys do not have a good secondary.
No, and I think, a safety is a smart call. You can go linebacker, you can go safety. I think you should go safety and corners personally.
And what makes me think safety for you guys is John Harbaugh drafting Kyle Hamilton and how big of a difference Kyle Hamilton became for the Baltimore Ravens.
Agreed.
So I think he'd be looking for.
And that's you look at someone like Downs where they could come in and be a high impact player right off the jump for the Giants. Especially on a team with John Harbaugh now. I was thinking of Kyle Hamilton. That's kind of the way where my brain's going is, well, if they did so good with Hamilton, then they're probably going to do just as good if they can get someone like Downs, who's a high-impact player, pick him up at 5.
I agree.
If not, you could always throw up trading down a little bit.
I think the Giants are also in a fun position where they could just take best player available. Go get the best player.
You can go BPA,
it won't
best player
hurt.
available.
It will not hurt.
No, we can go out, get the best player left on the board. Personally, I like Tate, Cornell Tate. I think he'd be a good receiver. If he's there, I'd go get him. If not, then you could go with someone like Downs. But it's good. Giants are a team where we have a lot of good spots filled at this point, and we're not as desperate as we used to be. But it'll be interesting to see exactly what they're going to do. But there's also a quick A block. We just want to talk about the draft a little bit. We got plenty of draft talk coming up. We're going to throw to a quick break, but when we come back, it'll be time for some NFL draft predictions. You are watching the DK Experience right here on WTOP-10. Quick block.
I love that. 5.
Our mics.
$50. You better watch out.
You got swat you like a bug.
I'm scared of Joe with a bat.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you because your team is a failure.
You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
just like that.
That's actually really nice. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready? I swear to God. Oh my
Everyone?
God. All right, put the bat down. All right, this number's like... You're right. Sorry. Yeah. You're like, hey.
Welcome back into Season 5, Episode number 2 of the DK Experience. Kane Gerard, Dylan Slinsky. Dylan, let's get right into it. Dylan, stay on our NFL draft theme. Let's try to predict the NFL draft. Let's start off with who we think are going to be the biggest booms and bust players of the draft. We can start off with some boom players. I looked up a list from Pro Football Focus of the top 10 biggest boom or bust potential players. You got to let me know what you think of some of these guys. Big name, start off with Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. He has an 89.5 PFF. He's pretty good. If he wasn't as hurt as he was, he'd be a top 10 pick.
What position was he?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Okay, yep. I do know exactly who you're talking about. No, I think, see, if we're talking about boom or bust, you want to solely focus on the boom category for him because he does have all the star power and the build of a good wide receiver, but you start getting a little nervous with his injury stuff. I know he just re-aggravated his hammy, so he isn't even running a 40. He isn't even participating in his pro day. He didn't participate in the combine. That starts getting a little scary. I'm pretty sure he's blown up his knee twice, but when he's on the field, he's on the field. The dude's good. Not a lot of drops. I think he had a very low drop rate. But no, I think he could be a boom, but I think the reason he would be a bust is because he wouldn't be able to stay on the field. Nothing to do with talent.
So this is probably going to be the second quarterback drafted behind Fernando Mendoza, and we will get there because I know you want to talk about that. Let's talk about Ty Simpson from Alabama. I mean, if he gets called early, I think it's, again, one of those drafts where I talked about this with the Shador draft, where I thought that there really wasn't that much quarterback depth in this draft. And I think we're at one of those classes again, including Fernando, but again, we're getting there. So what do you think of Simpson? I personally, I could see him being a pretty good QB2. If he gets behind someone, like he could even be like a Love kind of guy, you know what I mean, where he just sits behind someone who's good and then you take the helm, but I'm not quite sure how I feel.
I always get scared when it comes to Alabama quarterbacks.
Me too.
There's not really been a lot in the NFL that have succeeded. I think you could probably, the one that comes to mind most recently is Mac Jones. Look, Alabama is designed for you to succeed. Tua, it's designed for you to succeed. And if things don't start going your way and you actually kind of got to be a quarterback and start decising some things, Bama doesn't build you for that. I think he can throw the ball very well. He's got some mobility to him. He's got all the size and traits you want. I think he is the quarterback 2 in the draft. I think some guys that maybe are like a 2A and a 2B, like Carson Beck. I like Carson Beck. Carson Beck's played a lot of big games.
Yeah.
He went to Miami and turned them around and took them to the conference championship. But Ty Simpson's going to be interesting. I'll go bust.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
Biggest name. Listen, it's a hot ticket. He got Indiana their first national championship ever. He did great there. But do you think he's really going to be that good in the NFL?
No, I don't. And look, I will never doubt Fernando Mendoza's confidence. He's a tough guy. You know, he can throw a football. But like, the thing that scares me is when you turn on the film, he's very much an RPO style quarterback. Fake it to the running back. If the read's there to throw it, pull it out. You have the option to run. He's a one-read wonder, and when you get to the NFL, like, you got to start making some reads. Like, you got to be able to go from 1 to 2 to 3, stare down a safety to get him to move. I don't think Fernando can do it. I think Fernando's a nice guy. I think that's a big thing for him. Like
Very nice
you
guy.
want him to succeed, but
Great personality.
I don't trust the Raiders. I don't see. I see. Yeah, I see the Raiders bringing in like a Kirk Cousins, starting Kirk Cousins for the first few weeks, let Fernando go, and then they'll start 0-4, and then Fernando will come in, and it just won't be.
This is a good transition. Let's get right into our top 10 picks. Raiders, first overall, I think we can both agree.
Fernando. I mean, the rumors are saying that he already has the playbook, and he's getting the playbook. And
I'm not surprised. So, okay, the Jets at second overall. They could go, I think, either Averill Reese or David Bailey.
I think they're going to take.
I think Reese personally from Ohio State, but I mean it could go the other way.
I think they're going to take Tate. I think Tate will go 2. I think Tate will go 2. They'll pair him up with Garrett Wilson. They're both Ohio State boys. Look, no one ever really questioned the Jets' defense. They had defensive players, they had studs, but they could never score. I mean, I know they traded away some of their big studs. It's either that or they'll go corner to replace Sauce. But I think they're going to want someone to pair up with Garrett Wilson, and I think Tate. I would not be surprised if Tate goes 2.
Then you got the Cardinals.
Or lineman.
Cardinals can go a lot of ways. Most mock drafts, I'm taking offensive tackle. I agree. They can go with Spencer Fano from Utah. They can go with the guy from Miami. I don't know how to say his name.
The guy from Miami's a stud.
Oh, yeah. So the Titans, again, another interesting one. We're actually way less time than I thought, so we're going to have to keep moving here. They could go with a Jeremiah Love.
I have them taking Jeremiah Love.
I think that's
that
a
makes
good call.
sense. They've spent a lot of money in free agency this year, and I think Jeremiah Love's just going to be the best player available, and they're going to take him. Get your new Derrick Henry.
And that leaves the Giants, which again could go Averill Reese as an edge. They could go Styles at linebacker. They could go Downs at safety. There's a lot of ways they can go. They can go receiver if Tate doesn't go off the board yet. Moving down to Cleveland, offensive tackle, Monroe Freeling.
All their linemen are gone. Yeah. I think they'll go lineman or they'll go a receiver.
A lot of people, next 2 picks, Jeremiah Love going to Washington, people have.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Saints taking Carnell Tate makes sense as well. And then obviously you have the Chiefs and the Bengals, 2 teams that could be contenders.
Kansas City needs everything.
They do.
They need defense. They need offense.
This one I'm looking at in particular has Downs going to Kansas City. I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see him falling out of the 5. If he's still available and Washington has the pick beforehand, I think they would take Downs beforehand, but I don't think he'll even get to Washington.
Who's your biggest sleeper while we got the time for it?
Biggest sleeper, I am going to go back, and I said this before, Carson Beck. I like my quarterbacks. I look at my quarterbacks. Look, the end of Georgia was not good. But all the time in Georgia was awesome. Mm-hmm. He was going to the playoffs constantly. The last season, he was hurt bad. His shoulder was ripped in half. And then look at what he did for Miami this year. I don't think he looks bad. I think he's probably the best pocket passer quarterback in the draft. He can actually go 1 to 2 to 3.
Textbook sleeper, yes. Is the guy an absolute a-hole? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Don't like him for his personality.
Check out his Snapchat.
Check out Go on his Snapchat and we'll see how it goes. All right, that's all the time we got to talk about the NFL draft today. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time for some Stump the Chump. You're watching the DK Experience right here on WTOP-10.
We had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed? On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Nice. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Go home, that's 3 hours from now.
Maybe that's the best thing you can do.
But after he gets possessed,
his show becomes a smash hit.
Now he's got the greenest show on WTOP-10.
A lot of green going on tonight.
We'll be holding on forever.
Don't miss the limited run of
those great people being.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
There's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to the second episode of the final season of the DK Experience. Kane Gerard, Dylan Zielinski. I'm actually going to put this back down. We don't really need it yet. Bye.
Hide it. No one knows what it is.
No. All right, Dylan. Well, it is finally time for the return of Stump the Chump. For those at home who do not know what this is, me and Dylan add obscure sports to a wheel, which I might have just showed you, spin it each week, and then quiz each other on our sports. We both got some good sports last episode. Dylan, you're going to ask me about my sport first. Dog surfing.
Yeah, so I will say that the questions aren't the best just because like there weren't
It's a difficult one to look. There's not like
rules
leads
and stuff
for
like
this.
that. So the first question I have is, what rules help keep the dogs safe in the surfing competitions? There weren't many rules. It
Rules that keep dogs
don't think too
safe?
deep into it.
Like a life jacket?
That'd be one of them.
Life jacket, lifeguard. Like, am I just going super basic, like life
Yeah,
jacket,
like I
lifeguard?
said, don't think too deep into it. There weren't a lot of questions
Okay.
for this.
Life jacket, lifeguard, and like basic safety, like I don't know, just like that kind of stuff, like floaties. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's dogs must wear life jackets, use stable boards, and compete only in safe wave conditions. So like I said, don't think that deep into it.
Okay. So basic safety equipment.
How do competitions endure fair judging in dog surfing? So what do
One more
they
time?
judge? What do the judges judge on?
Well, assuming it's just surfing, probably how long you're on a wave, tricks, and if the dog craps itself on the board. Something of that nature.
Okay.
If the dog is nervous
They
or
can
not.
be the judges of this. So judges score based on balance, so how well the dog balances himself, the wave length, so that how big the
That's
wave is.
kinda what I said,
Not how long
the
they're
wave.
on it. Like
Well-
how big the wave is and like how like impressive it is, and the confidence of the dog.
It's pretty verbatim. The dog.
No,
can
I
crap
know. That's what I'm
itself.
saying. Give it to him, Matt. All right.
All right, I think so. I think that's a fair gimme.
What rules prevent harm or stress to the dogs? Dude, I told you there weren't a lot of questions. Like, there's no rules to this. Like, so it was hard.
What prevents stress?
Yeah.
To the
And
dog?
harm. What helps prevent?
I feel like I'm
think
just
too hard.
Are we gonna go with the same thing? Like a life jacket? They gotta be pat. They gotta bring
No,
their
all
owners
right, all
nearby.
right.
That makes
So they can't be forced to surf.
Well, yeah, no crap.
And then they must get breaks and can be removed if, like...
They freak out.
Yes. So I won't give you that one, but you got 2 out of 3. Dude, it's hard. There's no rules to this.
All right.
Like, there are no... Like,
I'll take a 2
there's
on that.
rules. Like, this one, it
Yeah.
was just like... if the dog does good, he gets some points. Like,
Okay. All right. Well, then.
Okay.
I got 3 for you.
Okay.
Where did bog snorkeling originate? You gave me a toughie at the end, so I'm giving you a toughie to start. Take a guess. Don't think too hard. It's
I'm going
probably
to
not
go
hard.
Great Britain.
You're close. I'll give
Am
you a
I?
second chance. You're in the area. It's not it, though.
I'm terrible at geography.
Well, kinda.
Kinda.
It's kinda.
I don't know. Italy.
Wales.
Oh, well, okay.
That's what I mean by
All right,
technically.
all right, well.
I won't give you that one.
No, that's
Okay. What's the main objective in bog snorkeling?
Keep your face down in the water at all times, and to travel the length with, like, going the farthest with your water, like your face down in the water.
Okay.
And then you can't do like you can't do freestyles and you can't do breathstrokes.
Okay, what particular piece of equipment though are you using? That's the answer I'm kind of looking for. Like it is you're only allowed to use 2 things.
A snorkel.
And what's the other thing you have to be wearing?
What are those things?
Flippers?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, you're good. See, this one's a weird one too. Competitors in bog snorkeling are not allowed to use what while racing? And if you have no idea, I'll give you the ABCDs.
They're not allowed. I don't. Well, goggles.
Not allowed to use goggles.
Okay, then I don't.
Do you want ABCD?
Yeah, I'll take the ABCD.
Flippers, snorkel, goggles, their arms.
Their arms.
Yeah. That's correct. So what does that leave us? Are we tied?
I think we're tied 2-2.
Do you have a backup question for me? I have one backup for you.
No, I can get a backup question.
You gonna Google it? ChatGPT it?
Nope.
Google
we
Gemini?
don't support AI. I do. I like AI.
I completely do. Man, how
Okay. So, what rules control how handlers assist the dogs during a surf run? There's
Pardon?
handlers. Handlers are people.
No, I know, but like read the question again.
So, what rules control like how much a handler can and cannot do for the dog?
What rules? Like, are you asking me what?
Like, what can and can't they do?
Oh, well, they probably can't like actually ride on the board with the dog. They probably can't push the dog on the board, but like they can probably like stand by, like essentially. Like, I mean, you can like probably, if it needs to be removed, you can remove the dog, but like you can't like physically assist it in doing it. Essentially, like you could probably push it off, but like you can't. You can't like ride with it. I don't know.
Handlers can't be anywhere near the dog during the run. They're only able to literally just get the dog on the board and just.
I think that was valid, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What?
I don't have much
Okay,
faith
what
in
type of environment is bog snorkeling typically held in?
Muddy, murky, gross water.
If you can name what it's called, I'll give it to you.
I don't know. Muddy.
A what? We're running out of time.
A trench.
Okay. Are we
All
just
right,
gonna,
we're going with the
We're gonna
tie
go with the
today.
draw.
We're going with the tie.
We're going with the
today, 'cause
draw.
Piper told us to hurry up.
Yeah, and I also need me to hurry up because I'm looking at our Inception and we are pushing it today. Okay. So
You want to just do one today? Shout out the Unofficial Sports Show for giving me a new one. Oh wait, we don't have a new. Well,
we already have it filled.
Okay.
Remember? So you got to spin. Go ahead.
All right. We may not even need a break. We can just go right into it.
Yeah, we'll probably just skip the break, honestly.
Think of a question. Start giving us a question.
Think of a question.
Winner, not the other. Yeah, ha ha ha.
Ha, you're so funny and creative. Aww. Gurning?
I think that was a Pauly one. Okay.
Okay,
All right,
Gurning is Dylan's.
Go ahead.
Extreme ironing?
Okay. Gurning and extreme ironing.
Gurning and extreme ironing, and I guess since we're skipping the break, we can actually add new ones.
We can do the Run Nation Championship.
Run
Shout out
Nation
the
Championship?
Unofficial Sports Show. I'm not going to give you too much, but if you know what it is, you know what it is. Do you guys have a question? Does Matt? No, we can't do TV and stuff like that because Kenny doesn't know TV and movies.
No, do something that's not like...
We can actually argue.
Yeah. Like we can't... I keep getting these questions where I just keep losing because I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We can't be doing Disney princesses. Like I'm not doing that. He can argue that. I can't. All right, I actually have no idea what sport I want to add, so let me see.
What are you thinking? You got anything in the control room?
Oh, Gurning was the other one.
Gilly, I see you sitting back there.
Think
you
it's
got
something.
anything?
We're
There's something we
floating
can
the break
argue
here.
about. It's not too hard. Just make Kenny.
Best late night food in Oswego?
Okay, I think we kind of did something like that. But we could do late. Okay, best.
Oh, I could add that. We haven't done soapbox racing yet, have we?
What was that?
I have no idea. That was really weird.
I see Gilly laughing.
Have we not? They probably hit Scream on there because they think they're funny. We could probably. Have we done soapbox racing yet? You know what that is?
No.
For the Red Bull cars? Oh, we're doing that
Best time Piper got pulled over. Or
I don't know. That might take too long to think about.
Have we had the argument of best sport? Best overall sport?
Yeah, but you know we're both going to say football.
I can argue something else probably.
Anything except football.
Besides football, what's the best sport?
We can do that.
Okay.
Okay. They're added. Welcome back from the break.
Besides football, what's the best sport? Besides football, what's the best sport? Okay. I got it. I got mine.
Well, go ahead.
I got mine.
If you've got it.
So, box lacrosse. In the box. I shout out the Bandits. I love going to a box lacrosse game. It's physical, it's dominant. Like, those guys are going out there, they're dropping a ton of points. It's interesting, it's fun to watch. The environment is awesome, especially in the pro league. Like, they're keeping music playing, they're keeping you entertained. Those guys are out there, they're playing. I still cannot believe how hard those guys get hit and just pretty much land on with barely any padding on pretty much carpet. It's a fast, it's everything that I almost love about football. It's fast, it's physical, it's dominant, it's exciting. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take an easy one. It's a sport that I've really started to enjoy, and I'm going to go with hockey. It has just been, it's a great sport. Dylan hates it. There's not many sports where, Dylan, let me talk. I let you talk without interrupting. Let me talk. Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I'm about to hockey fight him right now. There's not a lot of sports that you can play where you can just run up and punch some dude legally and get away with it. Can you do that in football? No. Basketball? No. Baseball? Not really.
You can fight in lacrosse. You can fight in box lacrosse.
I'm sure you could fight in box lacrosse, but you're playing lacrosse. You're not on ice.
Yeah, but it's less padding.
So
you're actually swinging.
Who cares? Get out of my ear.
What do you mean, who cares?
Who cares? Hockey
You
is
actually
superior
can
to
land a
box lacrosse.
punch.
You're skating. Okay.
Okay, continue your hockey argument. We're not talking about fighting. Continue your hockey
Hold on. Now
argument.
we are talking about fighting. Because, box lacrosse, you're on sneakers on grass or turf or whatever, right?
What does that have to do with fighting?
If you listen, you learn. Hear me out. If me and you fist fought right now, better chance than if me and you put on skates and started fighting.
Nah.
Do you know how funny that would be if me and you put on ice skates and started trying to fist fight each other? Hilarious. Way better. It brings the U.S.-Canadian rivalry so much better. I don't know, dude. Screw Canada. We own them. TK. We own you. Anyway, yeah, hockey, dude. I love it. And I got so much bias from calling the games. I hated it. I used to hate it. I love it now.
See, this is my argument because they are so close.
It's
Like
a
they
box
literally
lacrosse
play
because
in the
Matt
same.
Rudolph is here. That's such a cheap answer.
They literally play in the same arena. And here's my argument to it: you have pretty much the same amount of action, and it's fast. It's like I said, physical. The action's there. No. Final score of a hockey game on average is probably what? Maybe 3-2. Final score of a box lacrosse game. Dude, you're talking like.
You know what? For all you in the
16,
control room, name 3 box lacrosse teams right now. Bet none of you can. Name
Buffalo
3
Bandits. Wait, hold on.
Oh, Buffalo Bandits.
Hold on.
I'm not
Wait,
listening
hold on,
to this
no,
game
no,
by
hold on.
IFB. I said the whole control room.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Buffalo
Bandits.
Rochester Nighthawks. Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan, nothing, because you don't know. Because the sport sucks.
It doesn't.
Sucks.
It doesn't.
No one likes lacrosse.
He could go.
Lacrosse
I could do
sucks.
field lacrosse. No, lacrosse
Field
is not
lacrosse.
such. Like, so my major argument with it is, right, we're pretty much almost talking about the same sport. But you get the same, it's pretty much the same amount of time, same amount of action
That's
and
the correct
everything.
graphic.
But the scoring's higher, it's faster, it's more fun.
It is not faster.
It's faster.
It is not faster. It is not faster.
Gilly,
I don't
Gilly's
give.
in my ear. Gilly's
I don't
a great-
give a hoot what Gilly's
What does the
got to
lacrosse
say.
player think?
Gilly don't know it from
You
a hole
with
in the
me or
ground.
you-
I don't
you
want to
with-
hear what Gilly's got to say.
Is the lacrosse player
I don't
with me?
care what you've got to say.
You with me?
I don't.
Matt's
I
nodding.
couldn't care less.
It's more fun to watch. It's more
He
fun
played
to watch.
lacrosse.
Well, yeah, but not like
That's a cop out it.
But Gilly goes, I never played lacrosse.
I'm not talking to you, Gilly, because guess what?
We're talking-
You're irrelevant.
Oh.
Irrelevant.
Oh, Gilly, you're not
Chud.
irrelevant.
Chud.
He's not a chud.
Chud.
He's not a
You know my Mount Chud VS I had?
You got 20
New king.
seconds.
New king.
Another win.
That was a
Another
good
win.
one. We haven't got to yell at each
Another
other in a
win.
while.
Another win.
All right.
Box lacrosse.
Well, hey, we'll see who gets
Box
arrested at the end of the
lacrosse.
semester, huh?
Hey, no. Most undeserved. Whatever, Chris. You're a hockey
That's gonna do
nerd.
it. We'll see you later.
Thank God we escaped.
We gotta find our way home. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Maybe we just gotta get away from that Kenny Gerard guy who might be on the tail.
Wait, you know Kenny Gerard?
Yeah, we do.
We do? How do you know?
How do you know Kenny Gerard?
He's the GM of the club down the hall there that we work at.